That was amazing.
That was spectacular.
That was Sunday Morning by Maroon 5, performed by Harry and Sam. Thank you so much. That was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jack, for having us, and Danny.
Yep. Again, that was my pleasure. Should we start with the questions now or later?
Fire away.
Up to you guys.
Fire away.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have some for us and we have some for them. So
Okay, who would like to go first?
Ooh.
I think Harry will go first then.
Oh, no, if you're going to put it on
Sorry,
me,
Harry, I'm putting you on the
if you're
spot,
going to
mate.
put it on me, then we're going to have to rock off for this. Are you asking or are we asking first?
Well,
How's this gonna work?
Kind of goes
he's the
both-
interviewer. You go. Jack.
Yeah. We'll give you full.
couple questions.
To be fair, it kind of goes both ways. So let's just put our cards on the table. So when we do interviewing, we kind of ask each other questions, and
Love it.
we kind of ask you guys some questions because we like our interviewers to have some input. Because you're our guest, we love your input as well.
Love it.
Okay, so again, who's going to go first?
Okay. Hey, look, I'll go first. All right.
Big Danny.
Sounds
so
good.
I thought of a question in the car, and I thought, how has your physiotherapy changed over the last year? I mean, that journey of starting home-to-home therapy and stuff like that. How has it changed from today, last year? You know what I mean? That period.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think when I first started home-to-home therapy, it was about wanting to help people, someone like Jack, and also I'm very passionate about sport as well. So I wanted to take my own direction, really. And
I'm just going to come in here and say that's Sam talking. He's the one that started home to home therapy, not me.
sorry, guys,
This is Sam.
Yes,
they work
yes,
closely now. They do work very closely now. But Sam sort of started the journey, and then Harry, and now they've come together and they've formed something amazing.
That's right. So let's start again. So in the early 2021, so a year and a half ago, I started 2022, my bad, we're in 2023 now, started home-to-home therapy, and that was because I really wanted to go in my own direction of, working with someone like yourself and helping out with people with disability, but also at the same time because of my passion for sport. I've worked my way and started working with athletes around Australia, predominantly badminton, some amateur soccer players, and some para-athletes as well. And yeah, so far it's been an incredible journey, really enjoying it, and our team is slowly growing, and I'm so grateful to everyone who's helped us along the way, and especially everyone in the team as well.
Yeah, it really is such a big achievement to see someone doing what they love. Question for Harry.
Yes.
Harry, when you first started with home-to-home therapy originally, what was your journey like when you and Sam first came together, working independently in that experience? What was the journey like for you?
Yeah, no, great question. I think the answer to this question is the whole reason why I left my previous job. I was working in engineering, and it just really wasn't doing it for me. I think just in terms of self-fulfillment, it's such a big thing nowadays where you have so many opportunities at your fingertips, and it's really up to you to decide what you want to do with your own life. And I was just like, you know what? One day I was just like, after speaking to Sam multiple times, just stock taking our lives, I think I just came to the conclusion that I was like, you know what? I want to work with people instead, rather than, working for people in that sense, right? So then, the start of my journey was really, really, I think it was a very, very big surprise, just in terms of how much I guess I loved it. I always knew that I loved working with people, but I think just being able to help people using your own skills, just you yourself being able to instill that change, I think that was really powerful. And I think since you're my first client, Jack, I always tell this story to everyone, but yeah, you really sealed the deal for me, mate.
Yeah, I can tell by the look in your eyes. It didn't take long for me to figure it out.
And it's that thing, isn't it? It's like tomorrow never comes. You know when you say, I'll change tomorrow, I'll change my job tomorrow, but it just takes that one step where you don't know what's going to happen. But
exactly.
Something like 80% or 90% of people who leave their jobs are happier 1 year down the track. I think you were telling me that on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so true. So
It is, and you're so right on that. It's just, I think it just allows people to really think about what they want to do with their life, rather than just being stuck in, I guess, in the same position, and they're just like, no way up, no way down, no way in, no way out, that sort of thing. So I was just like, you know what, take that leap of faith, see what happens.
I agree. And it's often that first step is the hardest to take because, we're in that comfort zone all the time. Yeah. And when you have to take that first step, sometimes you just got to close your eyes, trust your guts, and just go for it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Often, like as Harry said, you reach a point where you feel, okay. So Harry did the other thing that he liked, but he's like, what I really want the most is my passion and my devotion is to work with clients. And I know what it's like when you reach a point when you feel bored. Let's do something about it and change people's lives for the better. But now that we're in home-to-home therapy together and we work with other clients, that is, we have a chance to change people's lives for the better, because a lot of people can struggle, and I often understand and know how that feels.
So I got a question for you, Jack. What sort of changed when home-to-home therapy got in touch with you, and Sam and Harry come to your house? How does that make you feel, and how's that changed your life for the better? Or
well, before they came along, it was a bit of a struggle to begin with, because I then soon realised, what am I going to do if I don't have a physiotherapist? And I know Mum was helping me the most, but I'm like, no, I need professional help. And the only way I can get it is by talking to someone. So it all started when Tina suggested home-to-home therapy, and that's how Mum found out about it, and that is how I got to meet Harry and Sam. Well, we had visits regularly, but ever since then, them coming to my house, doing appointment from Sam does Tuesdays to Friday now, and Harry does Thursdays, because that's how the shifts have been working since 2023, since they got swapped around. But no, it has helped me in a way that I am very thankful, and that I am very capable of doing what I love. Like, even, can I walk through some of the exercises? Or
yeah, of course. You can tell them what we do, Jack. That's not a problem.
The first exercise that Sam and I do in the morning, that we did this morning, was an exercise called the hamstring.
Hamstring stretch.
Yeah. The hamstring stretch is a stretch I do in my body where I straighten out my hips. I make sure that they're right, because my spasticity tone is really as a high level in the morning. And if I don't get my physiotherapy done right, my legs can get very stiff. And I'm sure you know that, but I won't go into boring detail. I'll shut up mostly. Okay.
It's okay, Jack. I think
right.
that's quite important for people listening at home.
What I do know about this, like, if you are getting bored in your life and you want to do something about it, it's not too late to make a change. Talk to someone, or even something that helps me along with my physio was another thing that I did called counselling.
Yeah,
that helped me as a good thing. And just, I'd like to point out, to take this opportunity to thank my support workers who I go out with the most. After maybe, I don't know how long I've been sitting in the house if I didn't have any support workers. But look where I am now. I have a great social life. I mean, could we agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad to hear, Jack. And can I just go back to physio as well, and how you mentioned about spasticity? I think maybe I mentioned it a bit
too
that's
soon.
okay. No, that's all good. I think it's important for me to explain to people listening as well what spasticity is.
I can do that if you like.
Yeah, sure. You give me your definition, and I'll just add on.
For me, in my definition, spasticity, it's where the stiffness in your legs gets really hard, and it just keeps building up. And if you don't get enough exercise as much as possible, the tone in your body is going to get more high, and you feel really pain. Like
that's
the back of my left knee. I even do massages with ping now, like I did yesterday, for an example. So I had pain in the back of my knee for a while because I wasn't getting any massages done or given to me, or because of the NDIS plan, and it was a struggle, yes. But I am getting to where I am now, feeling a lot more stronger, and I think we can all agree that it's made my life so much better and made me become a better person. And I especially want to thank all my physiotherapists for having the kindness and generosity to be in my life. I mean,
I'm so glad to hear, Jack.
well,
Yeah.
and Harry and Sam and I first met. I mean, Harry, you are hilarious. Yeah, that's what Mum and I call you, a hilarious goofball. Yeah.
First time I'm hearing it, but I'll take it as a term of endearment.
It's a fair compliment, really.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what spasticity is really, and it is hard. And another condition I have is my disability is something I was born with called clonus in my feet as well, but it is a normal thing. And that's just where my feet start to shake and it gets really high.
Correct.
It's the same thing as spasticity, but just a little different.
Correct. Do you mind if I explain to the listeners what you experienced, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jack mentioned a few key words there, mainly tone, and the other one he mentions quite often is spasticity. So tone essentially is just our resting state of our muscles, and you know, when a person has a brain injury or you know, whether it's cerebral palsy or it could be a stroke or motor vehicle accident that causes a brain injury, that has caused a brain injury, the person does lose the ability to control the tone of the muscles naturally. So it can be abnormally high toned or it can be abnormally low toned. So high tone, we call it spasticity, and low tone, we call it flaccidity. Hello.
Hello.
So when someone has high tone though, it's really important that we give them lots of stretches to try and stretch out those muscles, because they are at risk of developing what we call joint contractures, and that can be very uncomfortable and painful. It just means the joint is, or the muscle is fixed is fixed in that length, and the person would then lose mobility in that joint. And clonus that Jack mentioned essentially is also an abnormal response. So if you know how we tap our knee, the patella tendon here, and we get a response, a kick, right? That's a normal reflex. But when you have altered reflex or abnormal reflexes, that's when the reflex will then be either emphasized or it can be diminished. So clonus is when the reflex in the Achilles tendon is emphasized. So then if you bring the ankle into what we call dorsiflexion, which is bending up towards your head rapidly, it will shake for maybe, let's say, 10 seconds or 15 seconds and so on.
Yeah. Although it is a hard thing to go through, essentially, clonus, and I have had a lot of tough battles in my life to be fair, though I am trying my best when it comes to my physiotherapy, and I'm doing the best that I can.
Absolutely, and we can see that, and that's all we want, Jack. You know, we're here to help you, and you are trying your very best, and that's the best thing that we can ask for.
Of course, and that's why I love you guys as friends, because you're so brave and you believe in me and you've never given up on me.
And speaking of people that believe in you, I think I want to ask Danny a question as well. You know, just give us your background, because I really want to hear it again. How did you get into support work? What your life has been like with Jack in your life? And obviously, you guys spend a lot of time together. Just, let me know.
Yeah, so I left school in year 10, and that was sort of... I didn't really learn that way, and the teachers, I would butt heads with them, and I did tourism courses and fishing courses and stuff like that, and I could never really find what I wanted to do. So I guess I was a bit confused when I was younger, and my mum's a nurse as well. So she sort of said, look, I've done this when I was younger, and it's a really rewarding, really great job, but, when people look at me, they're like, this guy's a tradie. This guy, someone said to me, you must work with your hands. I'm like, no, I'm a disability carer, and it throws them for a loop. So I don't know, I got into it kind of by accident, and I feel like that's I was quite young at the time. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and a lot of people get apprenticeships and stuff like that, but I'm so grateful that I found it. Where I think I was just 18 when I started working, because I was volunteering when I was 17, but I didn't have my license, and then as soon as I got my license, For Life Skills took me in, and yeah, they've been like a family to me there. So,
wow.
But just working with Jack, like I went to the same school as him, and stuff like that, and it's just crazy to see how far he's come, and two, like when you leave work, sometimes you feel down. Like people go to work like, oh, I don't want to go to work. It's Monday morning and stuff, but I can wake up and say, oh look, I can't wait to go to work. And it makes you happier than when you leave. And you can't really put a price on something like that. So it's amazing. It's amazing, and I wouldn't change it. And the things like this, like I think it's 2 years of being at Inspire Radio now, but he would come in, he's very nervous, no interviews, nothing like that. And like today, obviously, we've had a big interview, and he was barely nervous. He said he was nervous once, and then he can't. But like this stuff here, he can do it all by himself, and there's faders, there's all sort of contraptions there, and he can do it all by himself. So to start, he couldn't do any of it. Now he does it all.
Absolutely.
So I feel like I'm like sort of just not. I'm just doing song requests. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see. And that's really
for
why I'm
sure.
just the progress, same as you guys, And what Harry said something before, it's like you don't work you do work for someone, but you know what I mean. You work with them. You don't work. You're not just building stuff for someone, for Mr. Boss up there. Like,
correct.
You know what I mean. You
Still
are, but you feel like you're really connecting. Like you really have a good network of people and stuff like that. It's not just working for a company that's not doing anything. But yeah, that's it really for me. It's a bit of a journey, but I'm happy where I am now, and I'm going to keep building for sure.
Yeah, I love that. And it's obviously like really evident to all of us that you guys obviously share a really, really close bond as well, which makes it even more special that, Jack has the opportunity to have, people that work with him, but like we said before, it's not work, it's literally just a friend. Like, you have that bond with each other.
Yeah.
I think that makes it so special.
Yeah. You can come and we get along. We know each other's. Like how was your weekend and stuff like that. And we already know what's going. Like you know each other so well. You know what they're going to do on the weekend, what you're doing on the weekend, and we've had the chance to sometimes meet up on the weekends and do stuff as well. But it's just. Yeah, it's amazing how you can build that connection, It doesn't feel like work at all. Yeah.
and just for the listeners as well, so Sam and I usually sing every Saturday in Subiaco, and I think the past few weeks, Danny and Jack here have been coming by, just supporting us, always just showing up and really, just giving them support. And obviously it just means, I think I'm not going to speak on behalf of you as well, but it means the world to me.
No, for sure. It's always good to see familiar faces when we're singing, and it means a lot to be doing it and have people, that we care and, see that they care for us as well.
Yeah, and on the good side, it does mean a lot to us as well, because it means that we're doing something that we love, which is called social inclusion, which means it's called getting out into the community, doing what you love the most. And it's also about achieving your independence as well. And independence is a topic that we should all know, that as you get older, go out with support workers that you love. I mean, it took my mum ages for her to trust who I go out with. But look at me, I've got a great social life now. I love what I'm doing in my life. I go out with support worker after support worker. And then I remember how Apostolos and I first met and how I changed his life. And that's why I want to take this opportunity to tell Harry and Sam he's such a great guy.
I know. Well, for the listeners that at home at the moment, you can't see, but Apostol's actually in the room with us, and it's my first time meeting him, but I feel like I already know him because I've heard so much from Jack.
Yeah. No, it is a privilege for us because, as Danny said before, because you started working with For Life Skills around what year?
Oh, I can't even remember anymore. It's 2020, something like that.
Yeah, you started working around with them in 2020, and then, as you said, you mentioned you had to get your license. It took a while for that to happen, but then For Life Skills took you in after that, and you've been looking after clients ever since then, and it's made you become such an independent, wonderful young man, and that's something that I really privilege about you and honour about you, because everything about our friendship is so true, and I will hold on to that for the rest of my life.
Oh, thank you, Jack. And it's been good getting you out and doing, me being around the same age as you, me and you just going out and,
I know.
getting into the town, doing what 23-year-olds should do.
Our hotel stay was brilliant. We absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And it even had a gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was itching
Yes.
to go in there. I tried to get him in there, but he's like, this is my weekend. Come on, don't try.
No, I was like-
we're relaxing.
Fair call.
And I was like, no,
martini.
let me go have a cup of tea back at the hotel. I need some me time.
Just throw a set of boxing gloves at him. Let's go.
Let's spar.
Well, I did do boxing, not yesterday, but the day before on Monday. But I really enjoyed doing what I do at the gym. One of my other great support workers is Sean Fry, who takes me to the gym and to the movies. I went to the movies last week and it was so good. But he's another lovely support worker. I really appreciate him and honour him for who he is, because he's very brave and very wonderful like the rest of my support workers. And I'm so proud of what I'm doing in my life. But as we're here at IPL, we have a chance to focus on the ability rather than the disability.
That's for sure.
And
That's
with
for
you
sure.
guys, you've totally changed my life. Where would I be without you?
I've got another question I just want to drop on Sam mainly,
Sure.
but you also both of you, just because you're both on the venture now.
Okay,
What
sure.
do you see coming for the next year or 2 years, or just the future for home-to-home therapy now? We've talked about the past and stuff.
Yeah.
What are you planning to integrate? Any changes or where do you see yourself down the line?
Yeah. So I'll be very honest with you. The frank answer is I don't know.
Yeah, you can really tell.
But with that said, so far, honestly, when I first started home-to-home therapy, I never thought that will be where we are today. I mean, we're not the biggest company in Perth or anything like that, but just being, having clients, like Jack, having regular clients that want to make appointments with me, that to me is already a big win. And, I never expected it being a year and a half, starting out my own little business. But moving forward, look, I think I'll still, in this home visiting community, in the side of things, definitely still get the words out there to help people with disability, to help the elderlies at home. My lovely wife as well, she's not able to join us today, but Ming, she's our OT, and which we can talk about later, about what OTs do in the community. We'll save that for later.
Yes, of course, we will save that for later, promise.
Because I believe that Jack has a few things to do with the OT as well, or previously. And so we have a small team. We've got Harry, we've got actually my brother-in-law, his name's Charles. He's actually an allied health assistant as well, helping out with the company. So we've got a really close-knitted team, and we work really closely together. And like I said, I'm very grateful for what we have. Moving forward as well on the sort of athlete side of things, for those who don't know, I also help out with badminton players, Australian badminton players. So just last month I got to travel to Sydney to be a part of the Australian team at the Australian Open, and that was just one of the best personal achievements that I've achieved so far. And so hopefully we can continue down that road, and who knows? We might be hopefully traveling a bit more with the team helping out and making sure that our players are injury free and they're able to perform better and better.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's good to keep it tight knit as well. Like as you're saying, I think you said it to me once. It's better to just have a small community where you don't have to send out massive emails and stuff like that. I think when a company gets too big, it breaks down the quality for sure.
Absolutely, and I'm all about that as well. Keeping it very much like a family instead of a big company where it's all. I mean, I'm not knocking on other companies, but we got to be really careful when it comes to not just doing it for the numbers and things like that. Yeah. It's about being personal when we're treating our clients or participants.
Yeah, on that note, I would like to comment saying Sam's right. We've got to be careful by the way we treat our clients, and we need to make sure that we treat them with respect and make sure that we behave in a professional manner. But with home-to-home therapy, with each client that you guys do physiotherapy with, whoever that may be, I just want to wish them well. But I'm really proud of the way home-to-home therapy has worked for everyone in this community, because it makes me think, what other great things could we do to help this community, to help it make it a better person? Because I feel like we're achieving our independence, doing what we love, and I'm very happy, as Sam and Harry mentioned, home-to-home therapy has been really big on them. Because how many years have you guys been working at home-to-home therapy now?
So Harry was actually one of the first couple of staff that joined the team. So
yeah, I remember.
I don't remember, Harry. Do you remember when you joined the team?
I'm pretty sure it was April
last year.
April of last year.
So a little bit over a year.
Yeah, so I get long service very soon.
You're off to Hawaii.
Good try, Harry. I'm sorry, mate.
Months, I think I'll reach that long service leave.
Send you a postcard.
Be in the Bahamas somewhere.
Because I'm trying to remember. I'm a little stuck on one question, but I might just need a bit of help. When exactly was it Harry and I first met?
I would say it was around that April, maybe April last year, because Jack, you are actually his one of his very first few clients. So, yeah, it would be around a little over a year ago, Jack.
So that wouldn't be around April, okay? Yeah, just had to clarify that to make sure.
That's all good.
Well, yeah, Sam's been working, like you said, he started the company a year and a half ago, so been working at home to home since the very beginning.
That's right.
So do you have any questions for Sam that you've written down, or Harry?
I haven't really exactly written them.
We're so good at this. We don't
down
even write them down anymore.
More like they kind of just come up to the top of my
That's good. That's the way it should be,
Just
stay on your feet.
I don't need a list of when it comes to questions. I can just fire away manually.
It's organic.
That's it.
How about you guys? Got any more to shoot at me? That one was good. The one you threw at me, I was like, okay, all right, come on. I know you know it all, but it's like, can I put it all into fruition here?
You put it all in a nice little package, man. That was good.
Thank you. We got it.
Now, I think another one, I guess, is, I guess, you know how you were talking about when other people are thinking, oh, look, this guy's, big guy, looks like a tradie, this, that, the other. And then I think you were talking about this on the weekend as well. You're like, oh, people, you can just be a bouncer or something, Yeah. Be a bouncer at the door, you got to look for it, I think we also have this expectation that is put on us as well to do a particular thing. Let's say, for example, I'm not pulling a race card here, but like for Asians, to work in STEM, engineering or medicine and things like that. Yeah. So how did you sort of handle your expectations put on you? How do you feel about things like that when it happens to you?
It doesn't happen as often now, I feel like, but when I was more younger, especially with my friends and stuff like that, they'd be like, they wouldn't understand what my job, and they're like, oh, it's so easy, and they expect, or why don't you do this, get a little bit more money, and it does go through your head, but then you just sort of, you got to step back and think, what do I want to do? It comes down to you. You can't let any of that external factor bend and break you down, and yeah, it's just been I guess sort of ignoring what people say sometimes, and then just keep going with it. And then after a while, when people see you, they're like, "Oh, it's Danny, the support worker." Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can sort of just create your own little, your own little world. I feel like, but yeah, for you guys as well. Someone said you were playing music and everything, and they were like, oh, they're physios as well, because we told them that you guys are physios, and like, oh, they do physio as well. That's like another thing that no one expected you to also do, like physiotherapist
100%,
as well.
yeah.
They were just like, oh, these guys are musicians. So
Yeah, we get that so often.
Yeah, I think it's just following your own little compass for sure.
That's right,
very
exactly.
key.
I think that's very, very important to do what you love, that you don't let other people's thoughts affect you. I mean, so much easier said than done. But yeah, like I said earlier on, go with your gut feeling, do what's right. And when you do what you love, you're going to do it well.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a chance here to achieve our dreams, and rather than the negatives, we should be focusing on the positives, because life is short and we don't want to waste more time. Let's do what we love the most.
Absolutely. And I think in terms of what Danny said, for people that are saying, oh, what you do is easy, I think they just see, obviously, the tip of the iceberg, but there's so much else to it, that you're committing a lot of your whole being to obviously doing the job as best as you can. You know what I mean? So I feel like they just need a bit of education on what it is that you do as well, and not just kind of look from a third-person perspective and be like, hey, look, anyone can do that,
Yeah, it looks easy, but then
Yeah.
it's also like, I've got a duty of care. And
Exactly,
stuff like that.
exactly.
Same with you guys, when you're doing physio or something, it can be easy sometimes, but that's just part of the job, When you're, when you're doing something like that, it's like, when you're laying bricks and stuff like that, it's just a completely different job, though. That's people get burnt out in certain industries and stuff like that, and that's definitely one of these. It's more a caring and communication sort of side of things.
That's
and
right.
then, so it's just completely different. It's not physical at all. I'd say it's all mental. You've got to be a very good communicator and stuff like that.
Totally agree.
It's hard for people that don't do it to understand it. It'll be the same with physio and stuff. People can say all this stuff, but as soon as you spend a day in someone's shoes and understand the ins and outs of it, then you understand it's not as simple.
It's hard getting someone when it comes to physiotherapy, and yes, life may always be easy as you think. It gets hard sometimes, but let's try to remember to breathe for a minute or even a few seconds and think what's most important here. That's right. Stuff what everyone else thinks, and do what makes us feel happy. We have a chance to show everyone what we're made of. And I know that people might think, oh, physio is a bit hard. And yeah, you're right, it might be hard, but I don't want to focus on the hard things more. I want to focus more on the easy things. And for clients who need help, I suggest talking to someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you need that mobility and that care, definitely. Home-to-home therapy is the one. Without plugging it. Sometimes my back hurts a little bit, and I'm like, "Come on, guys, crack my back."
But to be fair, you are a tough cookie.
Yeah, I'm a tough cookie. Yeah, it's all in the knees.
He's a very
it's all
tough
in the
cookie,
knees.
Danny.
Been to a lot of those manual handling things, and
No,
God, they're
for sure.
boring. But they teach the right things.
He's built well.
Yeah.
I can feel it. He's
Slapping over here, like,
built very strongly.
Yeah. So, any more questions for the?
I actually wanted to bring something up as well. Just a little experience of mine when I started working with Jack. I think. So when I started working with Jack, I think the one thing that caught me the most was his absolutely crazy amount of optimism and positivity, and he just obviously radiates that everywhere he goes. I'm sure we can all attest to that. So yeah, I want Jack to just explain on his terms how he first, I guess, gained this mindset, how he thinks nowadays, and how he just continues to be so positive. Obviously, given the situation, the hardships, but you still manage to look past everything and keep your head high.
Well, I admit I am a very brave person, and yes, through the years, okay, my physiotherapy has got hard for me most of the time, and Mum was my role model, helping me out, because before that, when I was little, she was helping me the most. And then that's when the physiotherapy came into the mix when I was young, you know, through Silver Chain, through different companies who were helping me. But Harry's right. Ever since then, my work for my physiotherapy has been noticed, because I have been working extremely hard and I have been taking a lot of the credit, trying my best. I don't want to give up, because I want to show people I'm a fighter and I trust of what I believe in. And I want to keep going. And if I have to build a bridge or climb it to the way to the top, the point is I'll keep trying and I won't give up.
That's
So there
amazing.
you have it.
I love it. Absolutely amazing attitude, Jack.
You have an absolute powerhouse of a mum next to you as well, you know, all the time.
That's right,
Yeah.
exactly.
She's a
to
fabulous
Veronica.
woman.
Shout out to Veronica.
Yes, yes.
We love you, Veronica.
We love you, Ronnie.
And even there's blueberry muffins that Harry and Sam bought for us as well.
Oh, please indulge in those. Please, please.
I've been
it's a
looking at
free-for-all.
them, trying not to. But yeah, just back to that, like he, like when he was younger, I didn't even realize. Like I heard this on an interview as well. But someone said that he wouldn't talk. Jack wouldn't talk. You know what I mean? And now he's doing interviews on the radio. So anything's possible. You can't put barriers or limits on anything. I think he's come so far with radio now and interviewing so many people. There's really no limit to what he can do. Even in the gym as well. Like he was lifting lower weights, and now he's just up. Someone told me the other day, what you're on 8s or something like that, and that's crazy. Like I never knew that that's how much it progressed, because I took him once about last year. And it's just, you can really do anything, you know? And it's crazy that
Yeah,
it's
that
come
was
from
Sean
to
who
this.
said that.
Yeah, Sean said that. And shout out to Sean too. I don't know if he's listening. That's another support worker that I met on the weekend of Jack's, and he's a very great guy. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've told you about Sean before Apostolis. Oh, I have.
We
I
should have
just
got
wanted
Apple
to-
a mic. He came in a bit late, but, you know,
But
we're still
no,
acknowledging him.
No, as I was saying, just to clarify in that sentence again, I know life has been hard for me in the past as I was young. And like I said, maybe I'm complaining about it a bit too much, or just going on and on. But I'm proud of what I'm doing in my life, and I'm a fighter, and I don't want to give up. I want to show people what I'm made of, and if those challenges can get hard for me, I have help, and that's why Harry and Sam are my role models, because they believe in me. I mean, why else would they organise that beautiful charity night for me up in the Northbridge Hotel last year?
I thought we're not going to talk about that, but I guess now that you've brought it up, maybe Harry can tell listeners more about what we did last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I get stuck into this, I'll say shout out to Kate as well, obviously.
We love you,
Yes.
Kate.
We love you, Kate, as well. Can't forget about Kate. But yeah, so we held an event. It's called A Night for Cerebral Palsy. Sam and I, we worked together to, I guess, host it through our singing platform, which is Harry and Sam. And I think it all ties in together with the reasons as to why we come into healthcare, you know, the things we're inspired by. And obviously working with Jack, he was definitely a very, very big inspiration, enough for us to kind of spur on to create an event like this. We held it at Doubletree Northbridge, in the Hilton in Northbridge on James Street, up on the second floor. It was in a lounge room. It was. They did an amazing job. They arranged it so beautifully. That venue itself, I can't recommend it enough. The staff there are incredible as well. Shout out to Umair, who isn't working there anymore, but really just pulled all the strings for us and managed to help us out so much. And it was just, it was created on the premise for Jack to be able to speak his truth, say a few words, for Ronnie to say a few words as well. We had some educational speakers on the night as well. Sam was one as a physiotherapist. We had Selena Lee, an absolutely beautiful human being. She's a speech pathologist. We had Sam's Misso, who is the OT.
Oh, she's beautiful, Miss
She's
Oshie.
absolutely beautiful as well. I'm sure Sam...
No, she is.
Yeah, I'm sure Sam thinks so as well. But yeah, and then we had Thankyou, which is literally the current world record holder for
Oh, she's amazing. So
many.
Thankyou is actually a friend of mine whom I met through physio when she travelled to Perth for a competition. So that's unfortunately, I feel like they're not getting recognised enough, para athletes. And she was actually one of my first para athletes that I've worked with, and she absolutely inspired me to go down this road. Hear me out. I think, off the top of my head, a 5-time Paralympic gold medalist, multiple world record holders, multiple world champion. As a matter of fact, she just won 2 world championships just last month.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Thankyou.
Thankyou.
She's amazing. And, I was so grateful that she actually... unfortunately, she wasn't able to attend our event, but she made a video presentation to, share a few messages, especially to raise awareness about accessibility.
Yeah, and I also think, if this topic's okay to talk about, I think people should design disabled toilets better, in my opinion, for accessibility.
For sure. And how we sort of roughly touch on occupational therapists. I guess this is a good time to quickly talk about it. So what OTs do, for those who don't know, they essentially make an environment as accessible as possible. That's one aspect of OT, whether it might be recommending designs, or it could be recommending equipment such as handrails, ramps, different kind of toilet seats, bed rails, different types of beds, adjustable beds, and lots and lots of little tools, like they have all these special cutleries and knives and kettles to help with people with poor dexterity. That's one big aspect of OT. The other side of it would be, looking at pressure care, so like designing or helping out with choosing the right wheelchair and cushioning, which I'm sure Jack has worked a lot with, with the OT with.
I don't want to go into too much detail because I know it sounds like I'm whinging.
No, not at all, Jack. But yeah, that's essentially in a nutshell what OTs do in the community, and they really they're an important piece of helping someone to be as independent as possible in the community.
Yeah, and I feel like with all the hard work that Harry and Sam have been doing with all their other clients who they work with, it's helped changing their lives as well. We all get a kick out of doing what we love. Home-to-home therapy is a great business that I've been working throughout with over the years, and it's helped my body become a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible.
Hey,
there you go.
You got it.
Same wavelength.
Nice one.
Yeah. Or is it just because you can read my mind?
I can actually.
Same wavelength, You're spending too much time together.
Oh, but that's the thing. That's how he knows me so well.
No, that's it. I was just joking.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll also just would like to take the time, obviously, I'm just going to pull it back to the event really quickly and just thank all the sponsors as well for obviously sponsoring us. I won't reel them off right now, but you guys know who you are, and if you're listening by chance, just thank you so much for everything that you've done and all the support you've given us to be able to run such a beautiful event.
For sure. And we raised quite a bit of fun.
I think $6,500.
Yeah, $6,500 in one night.
That is a real achievement. And especially I would like to thank Harry and Sam for hosting the event for me out of love and kindness. That was so kind to do for me and Mum. Yeah,
absolutely. And we gave all the funds to Cerebral Palsy Alliance, which is essentially the company that's at the forefront of cerebral palsy research, development. Highly recommend you check them out. They are really, really essentially pioneers at what they do, located over east. And also would like to give a shout out to Christy William Brown as well, who made a very special appearance on video, or through a video message for Jack. Managed to scratch that together, and she's just so graciously been able to.
Did you, Jack? Did you message her?
Yeah, I texted Christy William Brown today.
Okay.
Told her I was doing the interview with Harry and Sam, and she'll be listening.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Christy.
She heard that. Yeah.
Absolutely. She's such an angel, and just being able to put through even something like a video message, something so short that you think may be so menial. It means so much to all of us, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's been really good, working with Harry and Sam. I finally feel like in myself as a person, I've got my confidence and independence back, which is good. Yeah. I have my great support group, but Harry and Sam are my good role models, and so is Apostolis.
And so is Danny.
Yeah, they call it their mum calls it the dream team. I heard that once. So everyone just coming together. It's like the car won't drive without wheels. Everything's got to be put together. And,
doesn't matter what person I choose. All I'm saying is I've got a great life.
Yeah, that's it, my
sweet.
Friend. That's it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got any more questions for the interview? It's been an amazing interview.
Should I go first? Or?
I know you wanted to spiel some out. Yeah, well, they've got also Harry and Sam are going to drop another song at the end of it just to tune you guys back into the music. But I think Jack's got a couple more to end it on.
Just before I play the next song, I would like to wish Harry good luck for his uni today.
Oh, thank you very much. I've got a class after this at 4, so I'll really need it.
Good luck. Come on.
I have
Flying
got some
colours.
tracks coming up
but
now.
Jack, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a live performance first.
Should we do that now?
Yeah, we'll do that now. For
Okay,
sure.
let's do it. Let's do it.
These guys are amazing. I love going down to Koba in Subiaco to watch you guys.
Koba.
It's so good. It's
Love
so
you
good.
guys
and
so
seeing
much.
it this close as well, I love watching it. Especially the guitar, Sam. Especially guitar.
Oh,
I love
thank you.
watching the chords.
I'm with Danny on that. Every time I watch Sam play, it's crazy. This guy plays by ear every single song. So
And you know the lyrics as well.
hope so. I need to bring it up now just in case as well.
What song are you guys gonna drop?
This next one is, I'm sure you all know, it's called "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz.
Yes, of course I know. I love all the... I don't know all the lyrics in that song, really.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool down run out, I'll be giving it my bestest. And nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Hey, hey. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's a God-forsaken right to be loved. Love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
you want to come? Scooch on over closer, dear. And no one near your ear. So they pop, 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 pop. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, 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 oh. I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror. I'm bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer, but my breath fucked up the glass. And so I drew in your face and I laughed. I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find that the sky's yours. There's no please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate. Yes, our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. Whoa, oh, whoa, ooh, ooh. Baby, I'm yours. This is our fate. I'm yours.
Thanks, guys.
Well, who enjoyed that?
Now I like that song more. I liked it at the start, now I like
That
it
was
even better.
brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Anyway, thank you for coming on to the show. It was so good to see you. But I'm going to leave you with one of my favourite songs now. And this shout out goes to Danny. This song's dedicated to Danny. This is Africa by Toto.
Oh, here we go. I thought it was
song.
going to be Skater Boy.